Behind the Lines.
Hello and welcome to Behind the Lines. I'm Diane Dayton. Today we're going to talk about your signature element. We're going to find out what that is. And with us right now is Lisa Torba. You are an image consultant. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Diane. I appreciate it.
What is your signature element?
What I do is I help people dress in a way where they feel confident and beautiful and help them gain more success in their lives through clothing.
And through clothing. So how do we really do this? What's it really all about, Lisa?
It's about energy, and I work within the elements: air, water, fire, and earth. And everybody has an energy and an element that is true to them. And when you resonate in harmony with your physical body, you show up and your element shows up. So we get to see you.
Okay, so how do you go about doing this? How do we go about discovering what we are?
It's wonderful. I hold workshops and they are called Wear Who You Are. So when you wear who you are and you're dressed in alignment with who you are, you naturally show up. And I do that by having people come to my studio and I drape them in colors and we find fabrics and we really see you show up when I find the right fabrics.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun because we did this together.
Yes, we
so what I did, I had to wear like a white or a cream colored top, right?
Correct.
So that way it was kind of like a neutral palette, is that right? And then you took some interesting swatches. What happened when you were doing that?
Oh, it was exciting. What I got to do is I took fabrics from all the different elements and I draped you in them. And you had no makeup on, so
Yeah, one of the few times I allowed myself to do that. Yes.
And you're beautiful. So we were able to see you. So what happens when I drape you in the different elements? Sometimes I see you, sometimes I don't. So I get to pull from all four elements. And when you show up in the right element, I get goosebumps and I get excited because I physically see Diane show up, not the clothing. So it's not about matching. It's about your physical energy.
Wow. Let's talk about the four elements.
Right. Air, water, fire, and earth. And air is all about brightness and airy. And if you think about air and the gases, they pop, they come up. The energy of air is light and buoyant. So that's wonderful. And that's when somebody who is in air has that. So that is an air personality, which you are, Diane.
Yes, an air.
And next is water, which is what I am. And water is about flowing, softness. You know, if you actually think of water, it's a container that goes on forever. And actually, water has gray in its palette. So it softens it. It's a little more romantic, a little more flowing. Then we go into fire. And again, fire, if you think about the fire in your fireplace, the energy goes up. So the fire energy goes up like the air energy, but it's direct and staccatoed and really forceful energy. And so are the clothing that gets worn with that.
Wow.
So that's exciting and fun. And then the last is earth.
Okay.
And the earth is very still and quiet. And the earth they get one wild piece in their wardrobe. They're very grounded, very still, and they get to wear the colors from the earth. Ruby red, emerald green, amethyst purple.
And what about patterns? Pattern comes into play too, doesn't it?
Yes, because it's not just about the colors. Once you have your colors, that's one part of it. The energy of our clothing is the pattern, the design lines, the texture. Color is last. Because I could have 5 waters and airs shopping with me, and everybody's body type is different. So we really need the clothing that's going to magnetize them with their pattern and their energy and their color.
So what you do initially, we come in and we see you and we find out what element we are.
Absolutely.
And then after we've uncovered and discovered this, what's the next step?
The next is one of my absolute favorites. It's then a closet intervention because people are afraid that it's going to cost them too much to work with an image consultant. But it's really one of the best investments you can make in your life. And it's one that keeps on giving because your colors are your colors. So we go into your closet and we start shopping in there. And you find what you have in your closet. Many of us have so many things in our closet that don't mix or match, and it's a graveyard, some still with the tags on it. So it's exciting. We really go through and we pull those out and you try them on, and we talk about the style and the design lines, and then the color. The color is the easy part. It's like going shopping.
I love that part. And that's great. And you can go shopping in your closet like this.
Absolutely. And it's like going to the supermarket and buying pickles, paprika, and ice cream, and then going home and trying to make a meal. That's what a lot of people's closets are like. They're trying to put outfits together and they just don't know what's back there.
So what you do is you go through the closet and you help them find what actually streams together well and what puts together their whole look, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
You also go shopping with them, don't you?
We do. I do. Part of my program is that I take people shopping, and that is wonderful because we really do need that educational shopping to understand the elements and to understand your element and to feel it so you can see what your element is all about. So we do shop, and we shop everywhere from Neiman Marcus to consignment stores and every place in between. And then you can get it for yourself.
To Goodwill and Salvation Army too, right?
Absolutely. Been there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can go anywhere.
Can go anywhere, and that's the blessing.
What comments have you heard from people that you've worked with? I know it's like turning on this light bulb, right?
Yes, many have had aha moments in their life going, I understand that. It's very freeing to be in your authentic self and to have your image really be your own, not someone that is from the outside. We all have images and expectations that other people have put on us. And now we get to own our own authentic beauty, and people can see the true you show through.
So it's really discovering or rediscovering, maybe when we were a child and then we got defined by society as we got older, but going back and uncovering that child and that true spirit that we have.
Absolutely.
Is that
Yes.
kind of accurate?
100%. In my workshops, we do a little meditation and we bring in our younger self and we remember what that was like and how beautiful that was. So many of my clients have morphed from the element who they were to something else, myself included. I wore black all the time. I thought I was in earth, but it was really to keep everybody away. And now I'm a water, and I get approached more and more to do fun, exciting things like this.
This is great. Well, we're going to take a brief pause and we're going to hear some other stories from some of your other clients too. So stay with us. Welcome back to Behind the Lines. We're talking about your signature element. Image consultant, we have Lisa with us. And joining us right now is your sister.
Yes.
And it's Jody and it's Chiseva, right?
Yes.
And you are a holistic healer, correct? Thank you for being here. Look at your
my
smile.
pleasure.
You are a fire, right?
Fire, yes.
Yeah. So how was that revealed to you? How did you feel when that was discovered?
I thought I was going to be a water. Most of my clothes, but being a holistic healer, I thought the way I was supposed to come off was long, flowy skirts and long, flowy clothes, and that's the image that a holistic healer is supposed to have. And so the metamorphosis for me, going from water to who I truly am, being this fire, this presence, who is also a holistic healer, has made all the difference in my business, actually, and bringing in new clients and bringing myself into a new place of really understanding who I am. It's been amazing.
Wow. Well, we have a before picture, and obviously we have the after right now. So what was really the difference for you? What were you wearing, and what has changed?
Well, my hair was blonde, which was a big change.
All right.
And I was much heavier, and I think part of being in my element, being more in truth with the resonance of me, has helped on an energetic level lose some of the weight. So you'll see from that before picture, that's a big difference. And I just didn't, none of that fire that captures truly who I am was showing up.
Well, I look at the earrings, I look at your jewelry and
Yeah.
accessories,
Yeah.
and it makes a statement too. There's a boldness about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
wonderful. There's a story that happened when you were in California.
Yes.
And you were out shopping.
Yes. Well, one of the great things now, I used to hate going shopping because I never knew what to wear. And you know, what Lisa said earlier about having all these different things in your wardrobe, that was me. And so now I brought my fan with me, and I was able to just look through the things that take out half of the clothes. And afterwards, everything, it was so easy. And I was checking out, and the woman said to me, she was like, wow, everything goes so nicely together. That was like the easiest, most fun shopping trip, it looked like. And I said, it is. It's like, you know, and I showed her my fan because she had seen it while I was in the dressing room. I'm like, it's sophisticated granimals, you know? I got it all together right here.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about the fan and the colors and textures. Sure.
All right.
Because I carry mine with me too.
Yay, they're all over now. It's wonderful. Everybody gets a fan after you were typed. So these are your colors for life. So you have your colors, they're yours for life. Our style changes, but our colors are our colors. So when you're shopping, you know what colors are for you. Also on the back of all my fans, it will say here what to wear. So if you're a psychologist and you're working with clients, you know on a day that you're working with somebody who's very vulnerable, how to tap into them. So you're not wearing a dynamic, you're wearing something that they feel very safe and comfortable in talking with you. But if you're getting on stage and you're a speaker and you're having that vibrant presence and you're shopping on your own, you know to go to your dynamics. So it's wonderful here. Every element also has its own metal. So a fire's metal is very bold, it's very heavy, it's not reflective, because if it was a shiny metal, all you would see would be the shine, not Jody.
What was it like to shop with your sister?
It was fabulous. It was a lot of fun. It was an interesting experience because, you know, Jody is used to the very flowing water clothes, you know, a little softer, and she was really getting it. And as we were shopping, she's like, I like this. I'm feeling good. And she stood up taller, and it was a great experience because she was seeing for herself the difference between seeing the clothing and then seeing you.
Right.
Because I want my clients to be the masterpiece,
right,
and their clothes to be the frame.
Yeah, because even though we are our clothes, people see them, you want us to see the person and not the outfit itself. It's kind of like framing who we are, right?
Yeah. I don't want to change your image. I want your image to shine through so they see you, because it's about those connections, and we don't want that static to be in the way.
Yeah. Well, I even had, when I switched and wore this blue, I had a friend say to me, by the way, the top that you wore the other day with the blue, that was great. And the fact that he actually noticed, I thought was really interesting because he saw me a little differently. It was very cool. And as a holistic healer, this really all makes sense inside and outside, right?
It truly does. It truly does, because what I'm all about is having people's authentic self shine through. Take off the mask, take off the cape. You don't have to confine to what society tells you have to be. That truly is what most people's unhappiness is all about. So allowing yourself to be who you are, and your clothes, we wear clothes, we don't walk around naked. Right. So to wear clothes that really resonate with who you are makes all the difference.
It sure does.
Yeah.
There are different ways we can get a hold of you and find out more information. We're going to put that up on the screen, Facebook and website. What will we find?
Oh, you'll find some wonderful before and after pictures. You'll find all about my programs, all about my personal shopping, closet clearings. Online, I do a lot of online shopping, on-call styling, which is very different. And that's something that I do just for my clients.
What is on-call shopping?
When you go shopping by yourself and you're not sure about something and you let me know ahead of time, you can text me yourself in the pictures and I can help you decide if that is good, bad, too shiny, not the right texture, energy, or pattern. So you don't have to buy something that doesn't work.
Okay.
It's wonderful, and it saves you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because there are times when I just don't know. You know, I have an idea of what might look good. I've been learning it, but I don't know, so I often take pictures of me in dressing rooms.
Yes, it makes
Yes.
sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your experience. And you look fabulous.
thank
and
you very
I truly
much.
do see you.
Thank you.
I see you.
Thank you. I
We're,
appreciate that.
we're going to take a brief pause. There's more to come. Stay with us. Welcome back to Behind the Lines. We're talking about your signature element. And with us right now, joining Lisa and myself from Tangle Salon, the owner, we have Kristen Green. Thanks for being with us.
And thank you for having me here.
So glad you're here. Lisa, real quick, we were talking off camera a little bit about dressing with intention in the morning. Tell us more about that.
What your signature element does for you is it helps you every day dress with intention. So whether you're going into the boardroom or you're going to meet a new client or you're going to meet friends, you dress with intention. So we are the only people that came in without any clothing. So what this does is it helps you figure out what your stripes would be, what your fur would be, what your scales would be, so you know every day what to put on, and it's easy for you.
Yeah. And you and I are both heirs.
Yes.
What was it like when you found out what you were?
I was shocked and surprised because, you know, I'm a hairstylist. I'm a rock star. And so this sort of facade of all black and dark hair and, you know, wings of black eyeliner, it was all sort of this rock star facade that hairdressers really always take on. So when I found out I was an heir, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No. And Lisa, she just really, it was very, very exciting once I accepted it, but I love it. And I really feel that I shine through and I'm not putting up this wall of black.
Yeah. So how long ago was this change and when did you discover this? How long has it been?
We got typed Super Bowl Sunday of this year. So
Okay.
yes, in January I got typed. So in the winter and, you know, air clothes, I'm just trying to figure it all out. But the first thing that you want to change, Diane, is your hair.
Okay.
That's
And
something
what we
that
need
you
to do.
can't
Okay.
do yourself.
Yep.
So that's where it comes in with Lisa, because you want that immediate. Even we had a snowstorm. We were shoveling at the salon, and I colored my own hair. I'm painting highlighters and everything
Yeah.
just to lighten up and to really know that's the one thing that you just immediately want to change.
Right. What did people say after they saw this change?
Well,
What were comments?
Well, a few comments. I have two boys who are 18 and 21, and you know, they just, you know, the softer, prettier, less likely to kill someone. You know, being a boss, being an owner, I've, you know, a lot of people that work for me. I feel this power position, but now really I show up in this sort of this inner suite that I have just kind of comes out even more, and people see it.
Yeah.
My best friend said when I told her about it, who has been tight with Lisa, she said that's always who you were to me. So, and my mother, same thing. This is just, everybody just seems happier that I don't walk around looking like Elvira. That used to be an Amy Winehouse. That was what everyone would call me. And I thought that was some sort of compliment.
And you know what? I think I remember seeing you like that at one of the bridal shows.
Yes.
And this is dramatically different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what was it like to change your wardrobe?
Well, if there's one thing that Lisa keeps fighting me on, what is it? My wife beaters. I have these, you know, these tank tops and jeans and hardcore, but there's still a way to be you and having that little inner and just changing up some colors and patterns. You know, we really, everyone thinks they're an earth. Everyone thinks that they should be wearing black and looking, you know, whatever. But I really realized I do have some things in my closet, and the things that people say, when they don't necessarily say I like that shirt, but they say, you look great. I don't know why, but you look amazing.
Yeah.
And I never knew you had blue eyes.
Right.
So, you know, here I thought, you know, and one thing that Lisa brings out when she's typing you is, what is your best feature? And, you know, so many of us have this, we're sort of a little insecure, and to think, you know, you grew up with sisters, I grew up with brothers, so I'm like, back off, don't come in the dressing room with me. She's the only one that has ever come into a fitting room with me.
Okay.
And I feel so comfortable. She's like, it's like having a sister that you never had. She just brings
that's
such
great.
a friendly just approach to something that's very, very, it's very deep sometimes in your person and being a woman and being a woman in business too.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Now, when you are living in your element, it is what you're wearing, and it's also your hair, your makeup. You have a partnership.
We do.
Yes.
Tell
So
more.
I refer, when people say to me, you look, then I refer them to Lisa. I've had some clients that I've referred. So then once she types them, I don't do the typing.
Right.
But once she types them, we have books. I made sort of books like the ones we have here, but they're just hair. So you can go through, we can discuss not only design lines of clothing, but design lines of haircuts. How you should be wearing your bangs, should it be curly, like Airs, up. Which was, I was so thankful about because I like my fun hair. Lots of movement and even the patterns of your hair and the colors of your hair.
Highlights.
So what we do at Tangles is we have a very unique way of sort of taking the way your hair naturally flows. Maybe do a dry cut so we can actually see the way everything flows and bring out you
Right.
instead of doing this, precision cut and then it dries and it, lays differently. Same with color. We foil to part for a more natural look, the way that sort of a childlike hair color is what I always say.
Okay. Like we talked about earlier, and going back to who you were born to be, right?
Right. Your authentic, natural self. Because maybe as a child, as an air, you were told, you're an airhead. Oh my gosh, get your head out of the clouds. Stop daydreaming. So, you hear that over and over again.
Not just when you're a child. You still hear that when you're an adult.
Absolutely. So you morph into maybe an earth where you're like powerful and I'm going to wear black and I'm going to show them. But really, when a lot of people wear black, unless you're an earth element, you look like a floating head. And all people really see is your head when you wear black, because the black is so predominant. They don't get to see you. And we do have some before and afters of a black.
Yeah, this is so exciting to see the transformation, isn't it? Yeah, and on the back there's also something written, right?
Yes.
What is that?
Everybody who works with me receives a color fan. So you have your colors, you have your foundationals, but you also have an affirmation, which really brings the whole body in, which is really important because it's not just about image, it's
No.
about you.
It is. Thank you so much. What we're going to do right now is we're going to put ways to contact you up on the screen. You can find out a little bit more. And we know where to find you too, Kristen, at Tangles. Thank you so much for opening this up, because it does make a difference, doesn't it? Yeah, we're all literally in our element. We'd like to say thank you for joining us today on Behind the Lines. I'm Diane Dayton, and remember, keep looking behind the lines. You might be surprised what you find.